Hey guys, PatDunaT79 here. Gonna bring to you today a little comparison between the mtech MT086 I think, and the Condor varan. So 8-inch knife, both of them, pretty much the same size, same length. This is gonna be part one. I'm gonna do the two-part series right today. So I'm just gonna show you guys that both knives are razor sharp. I mean, I just put that one on a work sharp. Just redid the edge a little bit because I wasn't satisfied with the edge, so I just put the convex edge on the work sharp. Now it's shaving paper and it's shaving hair, so I can shave with it. So you guys can see it's pretty sharp. So I'm gonna do a couple of chop tests on the just a small branch. So like if I was gonna process that dead branch that's laying on the ground. So gonna start by cutting out. I'm gonna start with the mtech, obviously. Just gonna cut out some small branches.
Gracias, perdón.
Nice and dry because it's off the ground. So might be recuperating that for later. So we're gonna try to chop down. I'm gonna do an equal amount of chops. Hey, Leper. I'm gonna do an equal amount of chops, and just gonna chop the tree here. I'm gonna do 20 chops per side, just to make sure I get it pretty much even. And as you guys know, I have my little still testing the the off. Well, not working out too great, but still testing it out. So gotta make some room there. Alright, equal number of chops on this, about 3-inch diameter piece of wood. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as you guys can see, the chops, the depths. I'm going to show you guys here the depths of the cut. Now I'm going to go with the go back with the condor varan. So just going to be a small, quick chop test, just to show you guys the performance. All right, let's go with the varan. 10 chops. Just gonna make sure the mosquitoes are gone. That off, mosquito thing is just, it's horrible. It's not working out too great. So good thing I put some bug spray on first. All right, 10 chops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, just gonna show you guys here. So a little bit more depth with the condor. Just going in there a little easier. I don't know if it's the bigger convex or the fact that it's a little bit, I don't think it's heavier, but it has more mass towards the front, so it just seems to be chopping a little bit better than the mtech, but not much of a difference. As you guys can see, there's a little bit more depth on the on this one. So just gonna do a few more chops on some dead branch so you guys can see the performance. I'm gonna try to chop that small 1-inch branch in one chop. So maybe not all the way through. So 2 chops. We'll try to delimb that little piece of branch here. Then put it on that stump. So let's try it out. Take that. Cut out a few branches. So that's one. It's an old stump. So that's a few chop with the condor. I knew it could go through in one little swipe. That was annoying. So about an inch in diameter. If I had a bigger background, that would have been a little bit better. So I'm going to go with the mtech. Just going to show you guys the mtech. Hopefully we can go out in one swipe with the mtech. Oh yeah, one swipe. So the mtech is a little bit better for chopping small branches. So as you guys can see, the mtech can go out in one swipe. Or maybe not that one. Couple swipes, but overall, you know, it's a great little option for $20. It's pretty cheap. So hey guys, hope to see you guys on the next part 2 of the testing between the Condor Varan and the mtech MT096. I hope I'm saying the right number, but I'll just put it in the video description. So I'm gonna do the batoning test now. I'm gonna see if the mtech can really hold out. Just gonna watch the edge after I did. Yeah, it's still pretty sharp. After I did the chop test on the on those piece of branches. So I'm gonna put this in the background. As you guys can see, I brought some tomahawks just maybe do a little comparison afterwards from chopping and batoning, which is faster between tomahawks and knives. So as you guys can see, I got plenty of wood to work with. So I just gotta find myself some right size pieces, and that should do. So this is about, I would say, 3 inch, maybe 4 in diameter. So shouldn't be a problem for the Condor or even the mtech. So I'm gonna try to stay in the 4 to 5 inch size, maybe a little less, because you know these are smaller knives. I would consider this medium-sized knife, so you know that would be pretty good. So just gonna have to find myself a baton. That won't be too much of a problem. That here should do it. Or that one. Yeah, why not? That should be a pretty good baton. Big piece of wood. Just gonna try to go through this one. See how easy you can go through it. I have to put my glasses on because I'm getting some shrapnel. Alright, so try to straighten out that one. Maybe I'm gonna go a little bit smaller after this one, just to try to get something a little bit more size. Starting to split. I got a big knot in between, guys. I'm gonna try to show you guys this. I got a big knot, so right in the middle. So you know it's it's a little bit harder, but you can hear it splitting. So all right, realign the blade. Damn, that's some hard wood. You got a lot of sap I gotta go through, so finally made it through. Damn, that was harsh. You know, one nice thing though about the Condor for a woods blade versus the mtech is the guard, the top guard. I mean, you can always take off that guard or just saw it off, but I'm gonna try to show you guys this. The top guard versus the you know, you can hammer straight through, and since this isn't rubber, it's not gonna absorb the impact, it's gonna transmit it. This is just some hard plastic, so you know, hard synthetic material. So versus the you know, craton feel of the mtech, it's gonna be a little bit better to just go through some material just so you can hit that handle and it won't break. That's one of the good part. I wish it had the varan. I wish it had a bigger guard on the bottom and maybe a little bit of a, just a longer back back guard here, so you can protect your finger, or the I don't know what you call that little beak, but just a little bit bigger. But the front finger choil, I just wish, you're going on the blade there, so I just wish it would it's gonna be a little bit longer. That's just the only improvement I would make on this knife. The two parts, a little bit longer of a handle would be nice too. Just a little bit more comfortable. So this is a test I did with the SOG, the jungle canopy, and the the other one. So I'm gonna try to cut this out one swipe, just to see for fun how it's gonna go through. Well, not quite across fully. So since I got another part right here, I'm gonna be able to try the mtech out. See how it's gonna compare to the mtech. The mtech is pretty sharp though, so it's still got pretty much a good amount of mass. So about the same for the mtech and the condor. So you can go just like that. Just hammer it down a little bit. Yeah, the one thing on the mtech I don't like is the coating. The coating on the mtech just sucks. It just gets a lot of dirt and gunk on it, and it's just a magnet. This thing is not gonna last long, and it's just put the knife stainless steel and forget about it. It would be better if you just leave it stainless. At least we could put some oil on it to protect it. But it's just for the look. It's really just for the look, because it's really cheap coating that it has on it. So I'm gonna try the mtech for batoning. I'm gonna try to find myself another piece that's roughly the same size. So I'm gonna try to find something that's a little bit maybe smaller even size-wise. That should be pretty good. So this is 3" maybe in diameter, so you guys can see this. It's about 3" diameter, so hopefully this is going to go pretty good. So you have to choose which sort of log you want to go through. I mean, taking a bigger log for a small knife like this, it's just pointless. You're just gonna have to work harder just to baton to make it through. It's just gonna be so much more difficult. So with a smaller log, a smaller piece of wood, you're going at it easier. You just can process more wood faster. So let's go through it. The only thing is I can't hit the handle. I could hit the handle part, but I'm gonna have to be careful with the guard. If not, I'm gonna loosen the guard up and it won't be as effective. So you can hear it splitting. So as you guys can see, I'm hitting on the tip, and the tip is really starting to get thin. So I want to see if it's gonna hold up or not. Would be a shame to break it though, because it's gonna be the last one on Amazon that I can order. So if I break it, well, you guys seen it, and it's gonna be a good test. So and that wood is hard. It's almost going through though. I think there's a knot in the middle right there. So alright, I want to show you guys this. This split almost all the way down to the bottom, but it's still holding on, man. That's some hardwood. So last few chops. Hopefully I should be able to go through now. Damn, it's still holding on. Holy crap, I think I'm through a knot. Right there. Damn. Holy crapper. It's still holding on. Look. Look at all those fibers. Damn. I mean, it go through, but shit. Alright, how's the knife hold up? I'm starting to get some flex here on the bottom. I mean, I don't know if the full thing is going through, but through the material here on the bottom of the handle, it's starting to get... I'm almost thinking this is gonna tore off. So, I mean, I'm starting to feel some loose on the handle. The material is starting to loosen up. It's weird. So I'm not gonna be pushing or stressing out the mtech too much. I'm just gonna put myself some work gloves here. I'm gonna keep going with these tests. Good old mechanics. It is getting rough on my hand a little bit. So. Alright, so I'm going to try to baton through this little one here. Put it like that so you guys can see it. My good old little baton. This should be pretty easy. Zeg Vero, is that? It's fit. So you guys, mtech, not a bad knife for, you know, general outdoor small task. Although I don't know about the handle, it just seems to be a little bit fragile. So I don't know how well it would last. So, you know, something I want to do though is see how a knife like that could compare it to a tomahawk. So I'm gonna take a piece of wood. I'm gonna try to find two similar sized pieces of wood. It won't be representative, but I'm gonna try to find two similar sized wood piece and just show you guys. That's a pretty good size. That's a pretty good size. Relatively the same. So you guys can see here, it's relatively the same size. A little bit bigger on that one maybe. Let's try to find something that matches up to the size of that one. So maybe this one. So, well, no, it won't be the same size unless I start cutting it through. But you know, I just want to show you guys. I'm gonna use the smaller. This one's got full of knots. It's just full of branches of knots. So I'm gonna use the condor. I'm gonna baton through this one, and I'm gonna chop the other one with a tomahawk just to see the difference. Where's my baton? Right here. So let's go through it. Love how I can hit on the condor and the handle's not gonna come loose ever. So that's a big plus. So a few chops, maybe 4 or 5 chops to go through it. The other one's gonna be a little bit more tricky with the knot, so should be a fun. I'm gonna use the MK48 just because the MK's got a head that's a little bit more prone to go through it all the way. So let's see with the MK. I'm gonna try to make it a good swing all the way through. So you guys can see it's got plenty of knots on that one. So couple of swings with the MK48. Gonna be careful with the spikes. Oh, look at all these knots that it went through. Damn. So I don't know, you guys decide, but I'm gonna take these two. They're pretty much similar. This shouldn't be too hard to go through for the tomahawk and the knife. So tomahawk first, MK48, no problem. Let's go through it with the condor. Varan. Let's see if it can chop through in one chops. Nope. Let's Let's go with the baton. See how it does with the baton. A few chops. I mean, with just the baton, if I just use the baton, I'm going to try to find two equal pieces I could use. Maybe that one. I'm just going to go through that one with the MK48 first. I think that's the one with the big knot. I'm going to try to go with the MK first. If I don't go, I'm going to just flip it around and go through with the condor. See. Split it up in one chops. So, one chops. I don't know, guys, it's up to you. I mean, for size and efficiency, the knife is pretty efficient. It's pretty good. I want this to make it to be a good chop test, so I'm going to find more pieces of wood so I can chop through it. So let's see, that one. Alright, let's go through it with the knife. Let's give it a few whacks with the knife, see how far we can go through. It's sappy, it's going to be hard, but it's going to be fun too. See, I can really well on the condor, and I'm not even worried about it. So, see, a few chops. Now I got two equal parts. All right, two equal pieces. So it's gonna be no surprise. But I think for the most part, it's gonna be pretty representative. So two chops. But that one, if I take the MK48, of course, you know it's gonna go down probably one chop. So, but. See, effortless. I mean, it's got more mass, it just has more chopping power. One thing I forgot to mention about the MK48 is, I think in my review, is that the way the blade is made, the heads, it kind of blends in, so it's a little bit more prone to chopping, because that won't snag as much on the compared to the Skull Supply, so it won't snag as much. But since, guys, this is a blade review, I'm gonna keep going with the blades. Just gonna show you guys some. I would, you know, do some feather sticks and such. Just take some small branches and some. You know, you can still keep going. Still, after that chopping, let's go through to the part that I chop with. So. You know, it's rough estimate, but still, you guys get the idea. This wood's not completely dry too, so. Now, it's not a push cut, I'm just doing a little motion through it, so. Now that's a push cut. Now that's going pretty nicely. Let's try it with the mtech. I know the video is going to be called chop test, but might as well put it through its paces. The mtech is still pretty sharp. I think it's a little bit sharper than the condor still. Didn't go through as much as material though, but you guys can get an idea how you can do some feather stick with that. So the mtech's still pretty sharp after a couple of bits of chopping. But for outdoor blades, guys, the mtech, I mean, for occasional use, out camping, you're gonna chop maybe a little bit. I'm just worried about that handle. It just doesn't seem as solid as the other one, so it's just my only concern is for the handle. Gotta chop a little bit more with the mtech just for fun. Just gonna do one more. Let me see the time on the video, guys. 18 minutes, so that's gonna be pretty good. 20 minutes. Let's wrap this up. You know, I always try to want to avoid the guard. It's just bugging me about that guard. So a good woods blade, that's not a woods blade, but it's just for comparison's sake. You know, even the one that looks like the Trailmaster doesn't necessarily have the guard. It has the guard on it too, so as with the Cold Steel Trailmaster, but good woods blades shouldn't have the guard. So just like that. So it's not too hard. Try to find some smaller pieces. You think I can go through this one? I mean, the Sark Jungle Campy for that was a king. I mean, it just had the mass. It just has the everything, you know. Yeah, through that it's nothing. So those smaller pieces you could just go through easily. You know, if they're holding up on the log, and you're gold. So need to make them hold out in place. Switch it over. If it holds on and you're precise enough. That one's a little harder to go through. A little bit harder. Alright, so what else we got? Anything else that's interesting here we can chop through? I mean, there's plenty of wood laying around, but you know, I'm not going to go through some big pieces of wood with these two knives. Maybe the tomahawks I can have some fun with. Otherwise, you know, these smaller pieces of wood, it's not really good worth going through it. But the mtech is still, you know, it's still holding on. The handle is just the back part of it that's annoying me a little. But if you grab it up close, there's no problem for that. You know, that back pieces here, just it's a little loose. I would want to see that the tang maybe come out, just being a little bit exposed. So maybe even come out and just having the handle over it, so that the back of the tang just act as a stop. Just compared to that little lanyard hole there, it just, I don't know, it's just a little bit loose for me. The guard, well, the guard did come loose a little bit, no surprise there. You know, guard's a little bit loose. The entire handle right now is just feels a little loose. I don't know if you guys could see the guard. It's got a little bit of flex on there, so not really made for going out in the woods, but it's a good test. I want to show you guys this. Look at the blades. The blade is just horribly cut. I mean, the coating is just soaking up through everything. So even though you're going to chop some woods, I mean, look at that. The friction, it just enhances the friction. So, you know, like I said, small task. Maybe some defense against some wild animals. Of course, the tip would be perfect for that. So that would be pretty good, but otherwise, I don't think, you know, the condor would be the best choice for an 8-inch knife out in the woods. Look, the coating is not even as bad. You can see a little bit of rub on the coating, but it's not as bad as the, it's really not as bad as the mtech. I mean, that coating on the mtech just sucks. This is going to wipe right off. The mtech, well, it's going to be maybe a cleanup video to see which one cleans up easier, so. Alright. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little chop test comparison, including some little tomahawk action from time to time. So I hope you guys see you guys on the next one.